and push Moscow into negotiations. Is that a scenario that is feasible?
Це абсолютно зрозуміло.
Well, it's absolutely clear, logical rhetoric, that at that moment when Ukraine will reach the administrative border with the temporarily occupied Ukrainian peninsula, Crimea, it's very likely that Putin will be forced to seek dialogue with the civilized world, unlike it was before the full-scale invasion, because he will be more weakened, and he'll be seeking for some other ways, possibly diplomatic ways, and will likely be sending relevant messages.
So that is a feasible scenario.
Війна повинна закінчити.
Well, the war is to be over with justice and peace, and with us regaining our territorial integrity. Why? Because the end of the hot stage of the war and freezing the conflict would not mean the end of the war.
Tell me how you think Ukraine will be doing a year from now, 5 years from now. What is your place in the world?
Місце в світі.
Ukraine has already
Police reported ahead.
got a place in the world for itself. I consider that as a fact. We are now a country that is respected, a country that is really fighting for human values, for human rights, for freedom, for democracy. It is very important. For many years, a country associated only with corruption has absolutely rightfully gained itself a completely different image. I assume that Ukraine will be a valued NATO country's partner with actually its strongest armed forces in Europe. 90% of Ukrainians want to be part of NATO. More than 90% of Ukrainians want to be part of the European Union. After the war will take some time, we'll make necessary changes to our legal framework in order to finally become EU member state. I think that the country with such potential is important for the unity. And what is more important is that we are really a democratic nation that is dying for that on the battlefield.
As for future support from Americans, Zelensky is watching the U.S. elections closely, but says the choice is up to the American people.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in 1 day, 24 hours.
Donald Trump says he would end the war in 24 hours if he was elected president.
Мені здається.
It seems to me that the sole desire to bring the war to an end is beautiful, but this desire should be based on some real-life experience. Well, it looks as if Donald Trump had already these 24 hours once in his time. We were at war, not a full-scale war, but we were at war, and as I assume, he had that time at his disposal. But he must have had some other priorities.
Напевно, були просто інші пріоритети.
No other questions here. I am just stating the fact. And we also had military assistance, and I remember how difficult it was to get it at that time. Really difficult. So I'm making conclusions based on what we've already experienced. And I don't think that it is so easy to bring the war to an end in 24 hours. I don't think so. If we are talking about ending the war at the cost of Ukraine, in other words, to make us give up our territories, well, I think in this way Biden could have brought it to an end even in 5 minutes. But we would not agree.
What would you say to those Americans who say, we've given enough? We have our own problems. We can't continue to do that.
I would like to say thank you to all Americans for what you have done. And I appreciate those who say that you've done enough. We are fighting for our common values. Trust me, no matter what, I appreciate help. When it comes to the word enough, well, we Ukrainians are not people known for excessive appetites. Our victory is enough for us. Honestly, when we have enough for our victory, then it will be enough.
access to more branches, bankers, and digital resources, so you can share with your community the sweetest pan dulce. Learn more at usbank.com/more. Member FDIC.
This week, your local grocery outlet has some amazing deals on fresh fruit that's perfect for a summer snack. Stop by and grab some amazing cherries for only $1.49 a pound. That's a savings of up to 79% versus traditional grocery stores. And that's not all. Pick up 18 ounces of delicious, fresh blueberries for only $3.99. That's a savings of up to 50%. Offers only good through July 18th, so enjoy these savings while you can.
Hey, this is Rachel at Utah's Hogle Zoo. Utah's Hogle Zoo is dedicated to conservation and protecting wildlife. With the support of animal lovers like you, Utah's Hogle Zoo has invested in wildlife conservation programs, such as constructing ranger stations in Uganda, outfitting orangutan research teams in Borneo, and securing critical boreal toad habitats right here in Utah. Learn more at hoglezoo.org/conservation. That's hoglezoo.org/conservation. Utah's Hogle Zoo.
Reporting from Hiroshima, I'm Ray Bennett. Wherever the story is, we'll take you there. Streaming BBC Live.
Tonight, breaking news, the stunning arrest outside New York City. Authorities say they've caught a serial killer in multiple unsolved murders. The images just in tonight, the arrest. Police moving in on a well-known architect and father, charged now in the Gilgo Beach murders on Long Island just outside New York. The suspect allegedly living a double life, now charged with 3 counts of murder, 3 women. Authorities say he's a prime suspect in a 4th case. And authorities are now investigating up to 10 potential victims in the area. Tonight here, what our team has learned and the evidence, including burner phones and DNA found on pizza crust. And tonight you'll hear an interview with the suspect just last year, the architect describing his work and life at home. Our senior investigative reporter, Paoli, on this tonight. Also at this hour, the severe storms in the east all along I-95 at this hour. Severe thunderstorms possible from Washington, D.C. to New York to Boston. Vermont at risk again. And the heat tonight, more than 100 million Americans, temperatures well into the triple digits. Rob Marciano timing out the storms tonight and the heat this weekend. Tonight here, you will see the first video in from authorities of that escaped murder suspect on the run.
You're listening to ABC News. We'll return to ABC News Live in a minute. Right now, the latest headlines from ABC News Radio.
59-year-old Rex Feuerman has pleaded not guilty to killing 3 women and dumping their bodies along Gilgo Beach on Long Island back in 2010. He's a Manhattan architect and a father of 2 living on Long Island. And he's also the suspect in a 4th murder. ABC senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky.
Feuerman was allegedly still using burner phones to contact sex workers and to search for child pornography. So prosecutors said they authorized the arrest before anybody else could get hurt. There are as many as 10 bodies linked to the Gilgo Beach killings, so investigators said this is far from over.
Much of Hollywood is now on strike. The actors joining the writers already on the picket lines. Actors walking out on their own premieres. Networks saying they will air more reruns and reality shows in the fall. And LA Mayor Karen Bass is urging both sides to get back to the negotiating table. Last time the actors went on strike was in 1980. I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Stay tuned for the next update from ABC News Radio at the top of the hour. Now, back to ABC News Live.
We say a serial killer wanted in a string of murders outside New York City on New York's Long Island, known as the Gilgo Beach murders. Tonight, a 59-year-old architect, a father of 2, is now under arrest. Neighbors who were terrorized by the mysterious killings, stunned to learn tonight the suspect was hiding in plain sight all along. Charged tonight with killing 3 women, the lead suspect in a 4th woman's case. Authorities are investigating more. In fact, the remains of at least 10 people were found along a deserted stretch of beach, most of them young women over the last decade. Authorities say the victims' bodies were wrapped in burlap. And this video just in tonight, this is the suspect right here with a bag over his shoulder. You see him, this next frame right there in the khaki pants, surrounded by authorities last night. His name is Rex Feuerman, caught while walking on the street 5th Avenue near his office in Midtown Manhattan. Investigators at his Long Island home today. Tonight hear why officials were even more concerned and moved in when they did. And some of the evidence tonight car, burner phones, and they say DNA on a piece of pizza crust he discarded. And they say over the course of the last year or so, the suspect searched online the Gilgo investigation more than 200 times. Tonight, authorities warning the number of victims could grow. ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katursky leading us off from Long Island.
Rex, did you do it? Tonight, after more than a decade of terrorizing quiet communities on Long Island, police say the Gilgo Beach serial killer is a suburban dad and architect charged with murdering women he secretly solicited for sex.
Sherman is a demon that walks among us.
Prosecutors say 59-year-old Rex Heuerman, an architect in New York City and father of two, killed 3 women, Melissa Bartholome, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello, and is now the prime suspect in the death of a 4th, Maureen Brainerd Barnes. Their bodies, each wrapped in burlap, discovered in a wooded area along the beach within a quarter-mile of one another in December 2010.
For the next 13 years, their cases went unsolved. Until today.
In court today, Heuerman pleading not guilty. Heuerman was taken into custody at 8:30 p.m. Thursday at his 5th Avenue firm in Manhattan. This morning, investigators in white forensic suits converging on Heuerman's home in Massapequa Park, not far from where the bodies were found. The investigation going cold until last year, when detectives linked Heuerman to a Chevrolet Avalanche, a witness reported seeing when one of the women vanished. They also connected him to burner cell phones used to arrange meetings with 3 of the 4 victims.
Whenever the target phones would bounce off a cell tower, if the Heuerman personal phone bounced off a tower, it was always consistent and close proximity with the target phones.
Prosecutors say Heuerman was keeping tabs on them, using those phones to make more than 200 searches about the investigation. Detectives say another clue came from pizza crust, taken from the garbage, matching DNA profiles from hair samples found on the victims. Today, this YouTube video from more than a year ago resurfacing, with Heuerman discussing his firm.
Okay. Rex Heuerman, I'm an architect, I'm an architectural consultant, I'm a troubleshooter, born and raised on Long Island.
Tonight, neighbors filling the streets around his house, shocked to learn the suspected serial killer lived among them.
They never really were out. I used to see the husband and wife come up and down the block in the car, but that's about it.
Ali Patel, the sister of victim Megan Waterman, speaking to ABC's Portland, Maine affiliate WMTW.
It's bittersweet because I know the details of her death. It is such a relief that we do know who it was and that it will come to an end eventually.
Stunning series of events. Aaron Katursky with us now. Aaron, as you said, they have been investigating these murders for 10 years, a renewed investigation we know in the last year or so, and that this came down to a car, burner phones, fake email accounts, and DNA found on a pizza crust.
David, they went digging through the garbage to get a DNA sample. They used complicated phone analytics by the FBI, and they're still bringing evidence out of this house to make sure they have the right person.
A very active scene there behind you. And before we let you go, Aaron, you also mentioned he's now the prime suspect in a 4th murder, potentially other cases as well. And authorities said they were extremely concerned because they believed other people might be in danger if he was left on the streets.
That's right, David. Heuerman was allegedly still using burner phones to contact sex workers and to search for child pornography. So prosecutors said they authorized the arrest before anybody else could get hurt. There are as many as 10 bodies linked to the Gilgo Beach killings. So tonight, David, investigators said this is far from over. David?
It is chilling indeed. Aaron Katursky leading us off here tonight. Aaron, thank you. In the meantime, we move on to the other news this Friday evening and to severe storms along the I-95 corridor in the east from Washington, D.C. right up through New York. Storms already hitting D.C. And this weekend, the dangerous, relentless heat. More than 100 million Americans, temperatures well into the triple digits. Senior meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all for
approaching a railroad crossing.
Tonight. Hey, Rob.
Hi, Dave. Let's start with the severe threat. We had over 500 damaging storm reports in the last 2 days. Some of those with a lot of heavy rain, as we saw this morning here in the Northeast. Because of that, we have flood watches that remain up here. Severe thunderstorm watch just west of Chicago, includes Milwaukee. Kansas City, you just got hit with 60-mile-per-hour winds, and these will rumble east during the day tomorrow and then congregate over the Northeast On Sunday, D.C. up through Allentown, up to Delaware, and into hard-hit Vermont. Could see flash flooding again there Sunday. And high temperatures refuse to go down in places like Louisiana, Texas, and New Mexico. 120 expected tomorrow, and again on Sunday in Palm Springs. Phoenix, we talked about the record streak there. You haven't fallen below 90 degrees all week long, so that continues. Debilitating, dangerous heat fueled by climate change. David?
Rob Marciano with us. We'll be tracking it this weekend. Thanks, Rob. There's also news tonight in the hunt for an escaped murder suspect across state lines in the Northeast. We've been covering it all week long. Tonight, authorities have now released the first piece of video, they say, of the suspect. Video captured on a woman's front porch doorbell cam, they say, showing the fugitive possibly limping as he walks. Police warn he's likely growing desperate. ABC's Alex Brochet on the story again tonight.
Tonight, police releasing this new video, the first glimpse of escaped murder suspect Michael Burham since his jailbreak more than a week ago.
We consider this to be a confirmed sighting.
The image is captured on a Ring doorbell camera not far from the jail in Warren, Pennsylvania. Officers won't say exactly where or exactly when, just that it was early in the morning within the past few days. Burham appearing to head towards the woods.
There is also a possibility that he may have a bit of an injury to his leg or ankle. There may be a bit of a limp there as well.
Authorities believe Burham may have suffered a leg injury during his escape. The 34-year-old rappelling from the roof of the Warren County Jail using a makeshift rope made of bed sheets. Investigators call him a self-taught survivalist who prefers to travel at night. This picture showing supplies they believe he covered with a tarp and stashed under a log.
He is no doubt becoming more desperate and will attempt to acquire the things he needs to survive. I reiterate that Burham is to be considered armed and dangerous, and we ask the public not to approach him.
So let's bring in Alex Brochet on this again tonight. We know police releasing the video of the suspect. We saw it there in your report, but they were careful not to reveal the exact location. A lot of people might wonder, well, why? Because he's armed and dangerous, they're being told. So what is the thought behind this?
Well, David, police don't want Burham or any possible accomplices to get any clues into their investigation, but they do want Burham to know that there are more than 200 officers actively looking for him. David?
Alex Brochet reporting tonight from Ohio. Alex, thank you. Tonight, Hollywood grinding to a halt. The actors now on strike, joining writers already on the picket lines. The first time both groups have been on strike at the same time in more than 60 years. What they're asking for. Here's Matt Gutman.
Tonight, both sides digging in on day one of that historic shutdown that threatens to paralyze Hollywood.
There are no excuses. Right now, you're being greedy and inhumane. And that's that.
Union power! Early this morning, the 160,000 members of the SAG-AFTRA union joining the already striking Writers Guild. The last time Hollywood actors and writers on strike at the same time was 1960. Actors picketing on both coasts, including Ted Lasso's Jason Sudeikis and Susan Sarandon, who joined the protests in New York, supporting the majority of actors who do not make a living wage from acting.
I think our message is really resonating. There's a lot of people, even beyond our membership, who are kind of fed up with big corporations trying to just run roughshod over everybody.
The SAG-AFTRA members demanding regulations for artificial intelligence in productions, higher wages, and increased residual pay, which is essential to many of them keeping health insurance.
You've experienced being knocked off of health insurance.
Yeah, 1 year I was $50 short.
We're working class. Not everybody can do this full time and make a living. You know, so for them to pinch pennies, for them to not want to share the wealth, is really problematic.
The association representing studios and streamers saying they offer the actors historic pay and residual increases and protections for actors' digital likenesses from AI, but that their offer was rejected. And David, the last time the actors went on strike, it was 1980, and it lasted for more than 3 months. And we are already starting to see some of the ripple effects. Actors walking out on their own premieres. Networks saying they will run more reruns and reality shows in the fall. And just moments ago, LA's Mayor Karen Bass urging both sides to get back to the negotiating table. She's concerned about the economic impact of this strike. David.
Matt Gutman on this again tonight. Thank you, Matt.